In this homework assignment, I'm supposed to make a page that has a heading tag, a paragraph tag, 6 image tags, and they are each supposed to have their own ID, and then a CSS rule that styles all the images in the same way. And then I have to add some links at the top of the page that link to the individual pictures. So you can see I'm partway done with this assignment. I've got my heading tag, my favorite lizards. I've got a paragraph, and I managed to find 6 images of some of my favorite lizards, and I gave them alt tags as well, so somebody using a screen reader can see what the pictures are, or at least hear what they are. So you can see I've got some pictures here. They're all different sizes. Some of them are so huge they run off the screen. Some of them are not, but they're all pretty darn cute lizards. So let's move with the next steps here. One of the things that I was asked to do in this assignment is style all the images in the same way, namely to make them all the same size and to give them a border. I think making them all the same size makes a lot of sense because some of them run off the page and some of them don't. So I think what I want to do is give them all the same width. Now, I could give all these images a class and style the class, and that's probably the best way to do it for more complicated web pages. But on this web page, these are the only images I'm going to have. So I'm just going to go ahead and write a CSS rule for the image tag itself. It'll affect all images in the same way. I'm going to make the width here, I'm going to keep it to 1,000 pixels. So those should all be the same width. And I'm also going to give them a border. I want it to be solid. These are pretty big pictures, so we're going to have a pretty big border here. I'm going to go 10 pixels, and I'm going to try green. We'll see how that looks. All right, so there's my CSS rule so far. 100 pixels. I meant 1,000 pixels. There we go. Okay. Pictures are still nice and big, but they're all the same width. They're not running off the screen. I've got a nice green border. I think I want a little more space around the pictures. So I'm going to add a margin. Margin is really useful for giving things space around the outside. So I'm just going to do a margin of 10 pixels here. That gives us a little space between the pictures. Okay. So that CSS rule looks good. The next thing was to give all of these images their own ID. The reason we want to do that is because we want links at the top of the page that link to that part of the website. So you can kind of click a link and jump to that section of the website. We do that with ID tags. So I'm going to go ahead and add ID tags here. So let's see. All you need is ID equals and then the double quotes, a set of quotes, and then we just give it an ID. And we can make up anything we want. We just want something unique. I'm going to call this one iguana. And then I'll just go ahead and copy paste to make this a little quicker with the others. So we'll call this one Anil, and this one we'll call Blue, and this one we'll call Bearded, and this one we will call Forest. Oops. And this one we will call. So those are all my IDs. What I want to do is add links, and I think I'm going to do this right under my H1 tag here. I'm going to add one and see how it works. So I start with A, and then the attribute we need is the href equals, and then in the quotes we're going to put a hashtag and the name of the ID. So iguana for this first one. Okay. We don't need that target blank because we're not going to another page. We're staying on the same page, so we don't have to worry about that here. So I'm going to go ahead and close that part of the opening tag and then type some text for the link. And this is just going to say iguana. And then we close the tag. Okay. Now I'm going to make 5 more of these. So I'm just going to copy and paste them. And we've got anole. So this is an anole lizard. And we've got blue. So these are baby blue tongue. lizards. And then we've got forest. Oop, the bearded, I almost forgot. Bearded lizard. Okay. And we've got the forest. This is a large scaled forest lizard. And, oh, I forgot the crested, didn't I? Yeah. This is a green crested lizard. Okay. So you can see all of my links are popping up here. They're all in a row. And let's just see how this works. Theoretically, if I click on one of these, it should take me to that photo. And boom, there I am at the iguana. Let's see if it'll take me all the way down to the bottom. There I am at the green crested lizard. So those links are definitely working. So just to review there, what you needed to have was in your href, the hashtag, and then the name of the ID that you gave the image. One other little thing I'm noticing here is that all these words seem to run into one another. So I'm wondering, could we make a rule, a CSS rule for these guys that would space them out a little bit, maybe using margin? Let's try it. So instead of image, I'm going to use just the A tag, oops, A, and see what happens if I put in margin of, let's say, 5 pixels. And boom, they're nicely spaced out. So feel free to play around more with this kind of stuff, but this is a way to add some of that interactivity to a web page that make a web page easy and fun to use. Good luck with the homework.